think I became an actor on this film. I got the chance to learn so much from it's different being in a music video where there are no dialogues, and dialogues are a game changer. I have 200 million songs. That doesn't mean I can be unhappy about somebody having 5 or 10. You know, so it's the audience deciding what's good, what's bad.
So hi Arjun, welcome to Instant Bollywood.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me.
All right, let me start with the first thing that I'm hearing a lot of good things about you nowadays. All right, okay. The first good news is that you're famous. The song is out, okay, and I realized that the song is about giving hope to people, right? And that's the need of an hour right now. So thank you so much for doing that. I know there's a story
Cheers,
behind this, the song, how the song came up, and how did you shoot it. So can we know a little bit about that first to start with?
Uh, so we haven't shot the music video yet. I'm waiting for the pandemic to end. I released the song just as an audio on my YouTube and all the streaming sites. So it's just something that I wrote at home. You know, I've written the lyrics, I've composed the music, I've sung the song, I've produced the music. So pretty much like not doing much, right? And one day I was just feeling like, you know, enough of this negativity. Let's do something positive, and let's get that confidence back up. And that's when I wrote this song, and I just felt like it was something that I was feeling at that time, and eventually it just came. I want people to sing along with it and feel what I felt when I wrote it. So,
all right, why name the song Famous?
I mean, the lyrics are such. So the lyrics start off with "Mujhe yaad aaya ki main famous." So you know, it's. I'm hoping that, and I'm already seeing like an insane response on social media. People want to say these things. People want to sing these things because in today's day and age, everybody wants fame and fortune. It's become such a big part of society as a whole that I wanted something that people can experience that with. You know?
Right.
So that's why I made this song.
I agree. I totally agree to that. Okay, talking about such bad things are happening around us, but the good thing right now is that your movie is coming out, Radhe, and you've been debuting as an actor in that particular movie. Is it true that Salman Khan just called you and asked you to do this movie? How did the story play? Can we know how did you got this role, and how did you say yes to it?
Yeah, it was quite sudden, to be honest. He called me one night and he said, "Come over. I want to meet you regarding a project." And I thought honestly it was a singing project, but when I went there, Prabhu Deva sir was there, and I spent some time with him. And he said, "We have a role in this film, and it's part of the supporting cast, but it's a very important character. So would you be interested in playing it?" And I immediately said yes. It was something that I've always wanted to do. I wanted to act. I studied acting a while back, and this just gave me an opportunity to show people that I can act. So I'm very grateful for that opportunity.
All right. So is it true that you didn't even know the character and you just said yes because Salman sir offered you the movie?
I didn't know the character. I said yes because I feel like he's been telling me to act for so long. He's been telling me to act since 2017, since I met him. And he's like, you have the personality. Why don't you come on screen and become an actor? So I said, many people offer me these many people say that, but nobody really gives me a role because I'm a singer. People have preconceived notions towards singers, even if you're a trained actor. So he said, "No, I'll give you a role." And he lived up to that. Like, I feel like that's very rare in this industry where people say things they mean.
All right, but it might be easy for you, right? You've been doing your music videos, but acting is altogether different ball game, right? Talk to me about the first day on the set. How was it? How was the energy like on the set? Tell me about that.
It was nerve-wracking, man. I mean, it's difficult to be around such seasoned actors and feel confident about your own acting skills, especially if you're not an actor to begin with, right? So, I think I became an actor on this film. I got the chance to learn so much from it's different being in a music video where there are no dialogues, and dialogues are a game changer because you're so used to being in front of the camera without dialogues. So this was the first time that I was able to show people that I can act, and the whole experience. The first day when I went on set, probably my most difficult scene. It was a very physical scene, and I got like the best support that I could possibly expect from Prabhu Deva sir, from Salman sir. My first scene was with Salman, so it was quite. The first day was quite eventful, nerve-wracking, but I think I came out fine.
Did you get any advice from Salman?
Oh, yeah. Like throughout the film, he was very on. He really mentored me throughout the film, and it was good. I think I've been lucky in that sense to have such big stars as my mentors. Even in singing, like I had Asha Bhosle to sing, mentor me while to become a singer. Like, and as an actor, I think same with Salman Bhai, because he was like so keen that I become an actor.
Hmm. Are you getting those jitters right now in your stomach that your movie is about to release and uneasy, you're not able to sleep or eat something like that?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm uneasy for sure. I think about it every day, or like a lot, because it's so close to the release now, and I don't know how people are going to receive. So my heart is open. I think that whatever people say, I think it's a matter of time that people accept me as an actor, because I'm very set on it. Like I want to do it, and I will do whatever it takes to be a good actor. You know, successful is a different thing altogether. I think there's so many factors that come into this, but I want to be a good actor first
Hmm.
and foremost. So that's what my goal is going to be.
All right, I get it. And I'm sure there's going to be a good movie. I don't worry about it. And I hope it comes out very good for you. Let's talk about music right now. How happy are you to see the independent music grow in India right now, the way it's growing, the independent artists coming up?
Super happy. I mean, personally, I was one of the first people to do pop music in India, and I was doing it at a time when nobody else was doing it, and there was just a handful of us. To see that change to thousands of new artists opting for independent music as their first and foremost priority is a big deal. I think and it's great to be part of that movement and spearhead that movement from 2014.
Mhm.
Things have changed so much since the last 6 years. I've been doing this 6 years and 5.5 years. In fact, Baki Baatein Pine Baat came out in September 2015.
Right.
So it's been almost been 6 years.
Hmm.
So in September it'll be 6 years.
All right.
So to see how much has changed from 2015 to 2021 is it's huge. Like there's so much difference.
Okay, agree to that. But tell me something. How do you see the music culture change right now? You've been in the industry for quite some time now. You've been saying it's been 5 years. Have you been seeing sudden changes in the industry, or there is something that you still want that to change in the industry right now? I'm talking about in the music per se.
So much has to change still. Like there has to be more equity for the artists and less equity for the labels for sure. And that's changing. It will change. It has to change because
Hmm.
it's changing the world over. And we are a global business now. It's no longer just about India and the rules of India. It's the rules of the world now that work. And that's true for not just singers, but all artists across the board, whether you are a producer or a music composer, or whether it has to do with the royalties of your songs, or things are changing. Like we didn't dream of royalties 3 years ago.
Hmm.
You know, three,
True.
4 years ago, people thought that the only way that you can make money is through live shows and promoting your music live and performing, and that's why our main source of income was.
Hmm.
And that's still our main source of income. I think 90% of that still comes from the live music
Right.
circuit. But I think that 10%, which was non-existent at one time, is growing rapidly. Like it's becoming 10, and then now soon it'll become 20. And we're hoping that changes to like a 50%.
Hmm.
Like we get royalties of our music that contribute to 50% of our earnings in the next 2-3 years. And I think it has to happen because it's happening worldwide.
Because it's time the singers also get their due respect out of whatever they're performing right now.
I feel like everybody from the guitar player who plays your songs to the guy who mixes your songs, everybody deserves their dues. And I think that time is coming.
And I'm sure we're seeing sudden changes, and it will surely come up. Okay, the next question for you is like, Arjun, tell me, influential people like do you owe it to the society when it comes to a social cause to speak up on that particular matter? Or are you scared about speaking on it because you'll get trolled on social media? How do you see this as an influential person? Because when you speak, people tend to listen, right? But some of them who are in that place, they hold back and they don't talk about certain stuff, like in a social per se I'm talking about. So do you owe it to the society as an influential person to speak about the social matters, pandemic per se, or anything that's happening around?
I think it's commendable if you have the courage to speak up. I don't want to speak about other artists and what they do, because everybody has a reason for doing whatever they're doing. And I think that it's very commendable if you can speak up and you feel like that's something that you can do. I think it's unfair to, especially given our current environment, like you said, people get trolled and it's brutal out there. So I think it's unfair for people to expect to speak up, because we are not a society that encourages it. We are not a free speech first society. We are a social responsibility first society.
True.
Which is you have to think about how your words impact society, and that's how our laws are shaped. That's how our social media is shaped, and that's how our society is shaped in general. Like I feel like we do tend to first prioritize people's feelings over content that people are saying. It's such a volatile society. There's so many emotions that one has to uh, think about before saying something, all the parties involved, because we're such a diverse society. So I don't think it's as black and white like people make it seem like, oh, if it's a social issue you must speak up. There are so many layers to this. Like everything which is which affects one person one way affects a different person another way. So I wouldn't put pressure on people to speak up, because I don't think that's the kind of society that we are. I think if we change society from a very fundamental level, which will take years, it's going to take a lot of time. Uh, but first, there are bigger problems than free speech in our society. If you ask me, like we are not a equitable society in a lot of ways. There's too much poverty. Everybody's not equal. I think our goal in society first should be to make everybody equal, because just because I have a voice, I have also the responsibility to use that voice, and the responsibility is amplified when you're an influential person. Because not everybody has an influence. We are not a society that everybody has a voice. So I think there are so many factors. So many factors have to change before we can expect our public figures to speak about it.
Agreed.
And there are so many laws that have to change. So
Agreed.
I think that I don't think should be a responsibility of influential figures, just influential figures. I think that's everybody's responsibility. If that's what we want to choose as a society, where we say that free speech comes first, then we must do that together as a society. It can't happen only from the upper echelons of society. It can't just be the influential people who want that. Like it has to be from like the ground up. We do have to change a lot of things before we can expect everybody to speak up. It's commendable if you can do it and you feel like you want to change that, but that's not a risk that I would force everybody to take.
True, because the same thing happened when I was talking to Deepika Padukone also. I asked her the same question. She said there are two aspects to it. A, will the people respect our opinion? And two, will they see us as only person or an influential personality speaking out? So there are two things that people have to think about, because most of the time the opinions are not respected. They've been told about it. It's really a gray area. When you go out and speak about it. All right.
Yeah, it's also like the mental health aspect of it. Like a lot of people don't have the strength to deal with the trolling, and that's fine. Like you can't expect that from them. If I don't have the mental fortitude to take the negative feedback, then how can you expect me to be strong enough to do it every time? It's and I'm not saying that's me. I'm just talking about the people who haven't spoken up. I've spoken about a lot of things that may not be popular, but where I feel like I'm 100% correct. If I'm 100% sure about something, then I talk about it. But I don't think you can expect that from everybody.
Correct. No, I agree to that. Chalo, mahal ko thoda thanda karte. I have some fun segment that I need to play with you right now. It's called Quick Bites. So tell me 3 myths about singers that people have.
I don't know anymore. I something that held true 5 years ago, I don't know if it's true anymore. I feel like things are changing so quickly. So one myth is that people think that we shoot the video one day and the next day it releases. It's not like that. It's a lot of we do it far in advance. We plan our releases 3 months in advance. So my next 3 songs are already ready for the next year, and they're already slotted, and we already have a time slot. So when people say, "Are postpone kar do, prepone kar do," it's not in our hands. Once we give it to like a music label, then it's out there. It's outside, because we sell our music. So once we sell it, it doesn't belong to us anymore.
Right.
So one of the myths is that it happens overnight. Second, I think, is that that music videos become popular because a particular artist has done it. I think that the audience decides. It's always the audience. Like it's no amount of marketing can make a bad song popular. No amount of marketing. So that's a big thing that I want people to say, is that if a song is popular, it's not because someone has it has to do with the song. The song might be good, people are relating to it. The opposite is also true. I would say that just because a song is good doesn't mean it has to be popular. A lot of times people expect that single अच्छा है तो गाना क्यों नहीं बढ़ रहा. A lot of factors. People may not be relating to it. The timing might not be right. The marketing may not be right. There's so many things. People may not have found it yet. One of the issues that people have in this current climate, because there's so many music videos releasing, is discovery. People don't discover the songs. So those are all. It's a multi-varied problem.
Mm-hmm. Agreed to that. Okay, your take on remix. You love them or hate them?
I dislike them. I don't hate them. I dislike them. I think that, and not because I dislike remixes. I just think there are too many of them. Mm-hmm. If somebody dropped a remix once in a while and it was done tastefully, I would be for it. I just feel like there's just too many remixes.
Yeah, I agree to that. Okay, music industry needs need of an hour right now.
More equity for artists.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a good
one.
one.
That people need to respect artists more and respect all musicians more, not just necessarily the singer, but also the guitar player, also the mixing engineer, everybody from the ground up who has contributed to the song.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Okay. Tell me, what's the one trend that you absolutely hate in the music industry?
I don't think I hate anything. I think that other than remixes, which I dislike, I don't think there's anything that people are not doing. Everybody works incredibly hard. Mm-hmm. There are artists who really put everything on the line for their music.
How about the YouTube numbers, the views, the trend about that? If it has million views, only the song is popular.
It's economics, right? So you can't hate economics. Right. That's the audience deciding whether they like the song or not. Mm-hmm. You can't hate that. Just because I don't have, there are so many people who I have 200 million songs. That doesn't mean I can be unhappy about somebody having 5 or 10. Mm-hmm. So it's the audience deciding what's good, what's bad.
All right. I agree. K-pop. You love them or hate them?
I love it. Love it. I think K-pop is awesome. I think that what they have managed to do is, I was just reading about how they've standardized this entire thing. Like they have schools, mm-hmm. K-pop schools, where you can start at a young age and become a K-pop star. Right. I think it's just such a cool culture. Like when it comes to music videos, they have, and somebody who does music videos for a living, we always look up to the content from them. Because they have found a way to make it interesting across the board. They've also found a way to train artists from a young age, to be successful and they are also the only Asian country. Korea is the only Asian country which has permeated their music into Western countries.
Correct.
Nobody else has been able to do that. Nobody. We've been trying for years. Nobody's been able to do that, right? So how can you hate it? They are inspired by it,
All right. One music genre that you love?
What I love the most is Indian music, Indian classical music.
Mm-hmm. All right. True. Your dream collab will be with?
Too many people there. I have too many dreams.
Name one. Top of your list.
Difficult, man. I would say one of the things that I really want is a collaboration with A.R. Rahman, for sure.
A.R. Rahman, sir? Oh, yeah. That's nice. All right. Okay. Now this is something called, I'll say a word. You have to tell me which song comes in your mind, okay? If I say a word called Dil. Dil diya galla, range naal naal beke. So that's one. Nice. Ladki?
Ye ladki pagal hai.
Okay, Garam.
I don't know. I have no song that comes to mind from Garam.
What?
It's Garam right now, bro. Everything is hot.
Ek Garam chai ki pyali.
Garam chai. Garam chai. Garam chai ki pyali.
Right, chalo theek hai. Barish.
Kabhi to badal barise. I mean, it's not the same word, but I have a song called Wo Barish Hai. That is also Wo Barish Hai. Kya ho gayi? Kya ho gayi? Wo Barish Hai.
Nice. Aankhein?
आँखें तेरी कितनी हंसी के इनका आशिक मैं बन गया हूँ मुझको बता दे दिन में तू.
Dupatta.
A Lal Dupatta song. How did the tune go? I forgot. Tu Lal Dupatta wali. Why am I not remembering the tune right now? But yeah, that song.
All right. Okay. Ajeeb.
अजीब दास्ता है ये कहाँ शुरू कहाँ खत्म. I mean, classic. You can't go wrong there.
Mausam.
कैसा है ये मौसम कोई ना जाने कहाँ से ये फिजा आई,
Nice.
गमों का धूप संग लाई, खफा हो गए हम, जुदा हो गए हम.
Hi, hi. Hi, hi. Okay, I have last two. Okay, Divana.
I'm blanking out, bro, but it's that song of Salman Khan from that film. Uh,
Divana, मैं चला. That's
that one.
okay.
I'm
प्यार
very
किया तो
bad
डर
at
लगा.
remembering tunes. Yeah,
Okay, this is the
very
last
bad
one.
at
You have to
remembering tunes.
remember. Okay, Dard.
Okay. दर्द. Hmm. क्या बता सकते हैं आपको दर्द के साथ. You know, you know what I'm fighting right now is all the songs that I'm writing right now which have these words. So I'm
Okay.
trying not to sing them, and it's like because if I sing them, it will be like a spoiler.
Oh damn.
So I'm just like fighting off that urge, and I'm so in it right now because I'm writing an album. And so
Okay.
many of these words, like Mosam is there on one of the songs.
Mm-hmm.
Then now Dard is there on another song.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to, I'm trying not to. Any Mithun song has Dard in it, bro. Like so many of them have. That song from.
Chalo, it's okay. I don't want you to stress so much, Arjun. It doesn't look good.
Yeah.
I just have last two questions and I'll let you go, okay? Since the situation is so bad out there, you know, like I said, influential people like you talk when people listen to it, right? I want you to go ahead and give out a message to such people to, you know, stay inside their house, whatever is happening around us, a COVID message that people can listen to, you know, and, you know, just think about before stepping out of the house.
I would say, guys, definitely stay home, stay safe. You know, it's a dangerous time to go outside and meet people. And I know the temptation is there, like for sure. Like right now, we are all tempted to go out and meet friends. Like it might be, it feels so innocent, right? कि हाँ चलो एक दोस्त को मिल लेते हैं आज कुछ करने के लिए है नहीं क्या हो सकता है. But actually, you never know. You know, it could literally mean that you could fall sick. You could make someone in your family sick. So please stay home. And if you're going outside for essentials, please wear a mask. When you come back home, wash your hands. You know, while you're outside, don't touch your face. Try to stay away from crowded areas, even when you're going out for essentials. Because nowadays, you know, chemist ke bahar line lagti hai. So, you know, make sure that you social distance while you're doing that, wherever you're going outside. So, yeah, that's all I would say.
Thank you so much. Now we'll end the interview with your song Famous. Can we have few lines of it so we can end it in a very nice and a good manner?
So there's, you know, the end of the song has this one paragraph which I'll sing, which came about. I'll tell you the story about how this came about. I was just sitting with some friends and like this was like a while back, like before we were back in lockdown. And I was just I called them and I was like, yaar, aaj scene kya hai? And one of my friends was like, yaar, there's no scene. Yaar. Scene hi nahi hai, no scene. And then the way he said it, no, in my mind, there was like a melody that came. And that's what I made into a song. That's how the song started. It started off with like, तेरे बिना no scene, no scene, no scene. Ignore करे मुझे तू बेवजह low key. तेरे बिना no scene, no scene, no scene. आजा तू नेड़े यूं ना तड़पा ऐसे baby, yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. That's your ending, right? No
Yeah, that's
scene,
the end
no
of the
scene,
song.
bro. No scene, bro.
No scene, bro. No scene. Right now, there's no scene. Just go listen to Famous. It's a scene.
All right. But thank you so much for doing this with me. Yeah, it was amazing talking to you. I got a lot of good insights about the music industry. I got a good perspective about things that I didn't know about it. So thank you so much for that. And best of luck for Radhe. And I hope it's going to come out very good now.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. It's great talking to you, man.
Thank you so much. Yeah. See you.